Welcome back to my channel. This is part 5 of In This Era of Endless Night, where gods refuse to die, he gains the ability that executes the gods. You can watch the previous part on this channel. I put a link in the description below. Let's continue the story. The system alerted Zhang Yu that upon entering the shadow layer, he had successfully identified a potential prey. It further informed him that the process of confirming the prey's identity as a hunter was underway. Zhang Yu felt excitement surge within him as the system projected a future hunt, where he could visualize the satisfaction of a triumphant kill. Despite the system's alert about the presence of potential prey in the shadow layer, Zhang Yu chose to continue walking forward, seemingly unfazed by the opportunity for a hunt. However, he received a notification from the system indicating that the potential prey had managed to escape. The system conveyed the unfortunate news that the hunt was deemed unsuccessful due to Zhang Yu's decision not to initiate the hunt or target the fleeing creature. Lost in his thoughts and wandering through the shadow layer, Zhang Yu appeared oblivious to the repeated warnings from the system. Despite the system's attempts to alert him, he continued to ignore the fact that his frequent hunt failures could result in a weakening of his strength and a reduction in his remaining lifespan. The system's reminders persistently echoed in Zhang Yu's mind, even without him voicing his thoughts. The message from the system was clear that consistent hunting had the potential to extend his lifespan and enhance his strength over time. As Zhang Yu's demeanor took on a somber tone following the unexpected transformation of the night watchman into an unfamiliar creature, the system keenly detected a blend of anger and melancholy in his emotional state. Sensing his disheartenment, the system posed a direct inquiry, seeking to ascertain whether Zhang Yu was considering the possibility of relinquishing his pursuit of hunting. In the absence of a response from Zhang Yu, the system persisted in its attempts to communicate, its voice becoming increasingly insistent and direct. It bluntly conveyed to him that if he chose to forsake the path of hunting, he would essentially be resigning himself to a fate of waiting for his inevitable demise. Fueled by frustration and a growing sense of anger, Zhang Yu's emotions reached a boiling point. Unable to tolerate the persistent repetition of the system's words, he unleashed his pent-up emotions by forcefully punching the interface of the system. With a stern and serious tone, Zhang Yu addressed the system, conveying his firm request for it to cease its relentless urging and refrain from repeating the same words. His words carried a weight of determination and a hint of frustration, underscoring his desire for the system to respect his emotions and decisions in that moment. In a sudden pause, Zhang Yu found himself immersed in contemplation. His thoughts swirled around the weight of the burden and the circumstances that the night watchman must have faced. As his mind delved into this reflection, he felt a sense of empathy and understanding for the night watchman's situation. Zhang Yu's mind stirred with careful consideration as he pondered the fate of the night watchman. He couldn't help but feel a sense of pity and compassion for the individual who had once been a hero, bravely saving lives, only to be transformed into a strange and unknown creature. The irony of the situation weighed heavily on his thoughts, stirring a mixture of emotions within him. Zhang Yu came to a momentary pause, his thoughts briefly directed towards his own circumstances. As he stared at his reflection on the wall, he found himself surrounded by a growing sense of negativity. It was as if his thoughts were forming a cloud of doubt and uncertainty, casting a shadow over his usual determination and confidence. The thought crossed Zhang Yu's mind if he would end up like the night watchman, transforming into a monster after death. The uncertainty of his fate gnawed at him, raising questions about the consequences of his actions and the path he was currently treading. Firmly clenching his fist, Zhang Yu pushed aside the negativity and resolved to stay committed to his current path, determined not to look back or waver in his purpose. With renewed determination and a resolute effort to cast aside any lingering negativity, Zhang Yu's eagerness to press forward with his hunt grew stronger. Brimming with resolve, he embarked on a new hunting expedition, heading towards the cloud-gathering spot located in Easy Zone 1, known as the Wasteland. His unwavering determination fueled his steps as he moved forward, ready to face whatever challenges awaited him in his pursuit of prey. Upon reaching the designated location, Zhang Yu found himself in an area that had been reported to be experiencing numerous anomalies. His confidence surged as he believed that it wouldn't be a daunting task to locate potential prey in this environment. Employing his unique skill known as the Shadow Pupil, Zhang Yu harnessed the extraordinary ability to swiftly teleport himself to elevated vantage points within his surroundings. This proficiency provided him with a distinct advantage, enabling him to effortlessly survey the area for any potential targets that he could engage with for his upcoming hunt. Utilizing the power of his shadow pupil, Zhang Yu effortlessly transported himself into a strategically advantageous position within a towering edifice that offered an elevated perspective of his surroundings. Gracefully descending onto the rooftop of the building, Zhang Yu positioned himself in a vantage point that provided an unobstructed view of the area ahead, allowing him to observe the various creatures that roamed the vicinity. Surveying the rooftop, Zhang Yu's observations were proven correct as he could discern that numerous anomalies were indeed present in the area. However, he also noticed that some of these anomalies were concealed within the buildings, choosing to remain hidden rather than venturing out into the open. Within the confines of the building, Zhang Yu's keen eyes detected the presence of several anomalies, yet these entities seemed to be maintaining a state of dormancy, not engaging in any notable activity. In the midst of his vigilant survey of the surroundings, Zhang Yu's attention was abruptly captured by the distinct and powerful presence of a formidable monster that had seemingly emerged into his field of view. This sudden discovery instantly diverted his focus and heightened his senses, prompting him to fixate his attention on the creature in question. He wondered about its motivations and intentions. While closely observing the creature's actions, Zhang Yu couldn't help but notice the distinct aura of strength emanating from it. The creature's aura of strength was particularly potent, especially evident as he observed it devouring its prey. The scene unfolding before him showcased the creature's power and ferocity, leaving no doubt about its formidable nature. Observing the creature closely, Zhang Yu's attention was drawn to its heavily injured legs, and he also discerned that its health points had significantly diminished. The sight of the wounded creature sparked his interest as he contemplated whether this would present an opportunity for a successful hunt. The sight of the creature wounded and weakened brought a smile to Zhang Yu's face, a mixture of anticipation and excitement coursing through him. He recognized this as a prime opportunity to engage in a successful hunt. With a swift and determined movement, Zhang Yu activated his teleportation ability and materialized right at the creature's location, ready to initiate the hunt and seize the opportunity before him. Zhang Yu's heart raced with anticipation as he positioned himself behind the creature. Despite Zhang Yu's relatively swift and discreet arrival at the creature's location, the heightened alertness of the monster allowed it to detect his presence almost immediately. As the creature swiftly turned its attention and readied itself for potential combat upon sensing an intruder, Zhang Yu reacted swiftly by maneuvering himself underground in an attempt to conceal himself from the creature's line of sight. Immediately taking advantage of the situation, Zhang Yu swiftly maneuvered himself beneath the ground to avoid the creature's line of sight. Observing the creature from his concealed position beneath the ground, Zhang Yu couldn't help but be impressed by its remarkable agility and heightened level of alertness. He noted that this particular creature displayed a level of agility and awareness that surpassed those of the creatures he was accustomed to encountering in his neighborhood. Carefully observing the creature's movements, Zhang Yu began to discern its heightened sense of smell, which seemed to play a crucial role in its alertness. Additionally, he noticed that the once prominent red dot on the creature's body had significantly weakened, suggesting that it was a result of the creature's heightened state of vigilance. Recognizing that the creature's guard was a critical factor in its defenses, Zhang Yu formulated a strategic approach. He determined that his initial course of action would be to eliminate the creature's guard, allowing him to gain the upper hand in the confrontation. As the creature continued its efforts to detect the presence it had sensed earlier, Zhang Yu maintained his patient stance, waiting for the opportune moment when the creature would inadvertently let its guard down. The tension in the air was palpable as he focused on the task at hand, ready to strike when the creature's heightened vigilance wavered. Believing that the creature had momentarily lowered its guard, Zhang Yu swiftly acted on his intuition and decisively marked the creature. His movements were quick and calculated, driven by his determination to initiate the hunt with precision. With keen eyes and a steady hand, he executed the action he had been waiting for, seizing the opportunity he had patiently waited for. A sense of accomplishment and readiness surged through him, propelling him forward with even greater resolve. Returning to the familiar setting of Uni City within the shared residence of Lu Yaoyao and Zhang Yu, the atmosphere was marked by a sense of comfort and familiarity. When Uncle Leon, Lu Yaoyao's dad, walked in the front door and caught her attention, Lu Yaoyao, who was busy cooking, noticed them right away. She quickly asked why her dad had gone out and why he was coming back so late. Recognizing the urgency of the situation in the kitchen, Lu Yaoyao promptly turned to her dad and requested his immediate help. Just as she shifted her attention, Lu Yaoyao found herself slightly taken aback by the unexpected presence of Uncle Lai alongside her dad. The sudden appearance of the two individuals left her momentarily puzzled, prompting her to question the reason behind their arrival. With a curious expression, Uncle Lai inquired whether she was once again preparing a meal for Zhang Yu. Meanwhile, her dad's demeanor took on a more serious tone as he affirmed his knowledge of his daughter's activities, implying that he had been aware of her doings all along. With a hint of frustration in her voice, Lu Yaoyao addressed her dad, expressing her annoyance at his tendency to speak negatively about her. In response to Lu Yaoyao's inquiry about why he had left the office early, her dad explained that there wasn't much work to be done, so he decided to leave ahead of time. He then conveyed that since it was uncommon for them to be together, he thought it might be a good idea for them to go out and enjoy a nice meal. With a calm yet firm expression, Lu Yaoyao directed her father's attention towards the stovetop where she had initiated the cooking process, subtly implying that she had already started on the task of preparing a meal. In a genial and cheerful manner, Uncle Lai intervened into the conversation, emphasizing the idea that there would always be future occasions to venture outdoors for a meal. He went on to articulate that the current moment presented a splendid opportunity to indulge in Lu Yaoyao's culinary creations, underlining the rarity of such an event and implying that it would be a delightful experience to savor her cooking firsthand. Following his previous remark, Uncle Lai shifted his attention towards Lu Yaoyao and inquired about Zhang Yu's whereabouts. Lu Yaoyao responded thoughtfully, suggesting that Zhang Yu might have gone out to engage in some activities. While Uncle Lai was expressing his opinion about Zhang Yu's audacity to leave Lu Yaoyao to cook, a sudden interruption occurred as Zhang Yu unexpectedly entered the room by opening the door. Unaware that there was another person besides Lu Yaoyao in the house, Zhang Yu walked in with his focus solely on his hunger. He repeatedly voiced how famished he was and directed his questions towards Lu Yaoyao, eager to know about the food she had cooked for the meal. With a cheerful demeanor, Zhang Yu presented Lu Yaoyao with a lollipop he had acquired, playfully recounting his adventure involving almost getting bitten by a dog while obtaining it. He couldn't resist adding a light-hearted question, asking if she had missed him during his absence. However, his mirth quickly faded as he unexpectedly spotted her father and Uncle Lai in the room, causing his conversation to abruptly halt due to the surprise of their presence. Zhang Yu's presence in the apartment brought an abrupt hush over the room as everyone became aware of his sudden entrance and the somewhat embarrassing conversation he had engaged in with Lu Yaoyao. Caught in an awkward situation, Zhang Yu's expression turned visibly concerned, and he discreetly swallowed his saliva as his mind raced to come up with a plausible explanation to offer. Sensing the growing tension in the room, Uncle Lai discreetly tucked away the lollipop he had bought for Lu Yaoyao, realizing that the atmosphere had become more hushed and charged. In an attempt to ease the awkward tension, Zhang Yu shifted the mood by explaining that he had encountered an unexpected situation earlier. He mentioned that a dog had chased him, causing him to run frantically and become a bit disoriented in the process. Seeing the awkwardness in the air, Uncle Lai quickly intervened to ease the situation and ensure that the atmosphere remained pleasant. With a warm smile, he turned to Zhang Yu and kindly suggested that he take a seat. As Zhang Yu settled down beside him, Uncle Lai leaned in and offered some words of wisdom. He mentioned that it's quite common for young people to have disagreements and conflicts, and, in fact, those who don't engage in such interactions are often not truly experiencing their youth. Hearing these encouraging words, Zhang Yu's confidence began to grow, and a small smile appeared on his face as he appreciated Uncle Lai's understanding and support. Lu Yaoyao's father chimed in, agreeing and adding a touch of humor by recalling their own youthful days and how they used to compete for a girl's attention. Playfully, he turned to Lu Yaoyao and asked about the girl she was seen walking with the other day. Lu Yaoyao shared her friend's name, and her father complimented her friend's appearance. He playfully recounted his own youth, mentioning that back in his day, he would even get injured to impress a girl as attractive as her friend. As they all sat together at the dining table, enjoying a delicious meal, Lu Yaoyao's father raised his glass with a cheerful expression on his face. With heartfelt sentiment, he offered a toast, expressing his best wishes for Uncle Lai's success. Zhang Yu couldn't help but observe the situation, noticing the change in Lu Yaoyao's behavior. He sensed her growing discomfort and tension as her father unwittingly brought up a sensitive topic. Zhang Yu found himself pondering how Lu Yaoyao's father had inadvertently stirred up awkwardness, especially in such a public setting and right in front of Lu Yaoyao herself. Uncle Lai happened to notice that Zhang Yu, his nephew, was simply gazing at the scene before him without making the customary gesture of lifting his glass. Upon this observation, Uncle Lai took it upon himself to kindly advise Zhang Yu to raise his glass in a toast, specifically addressing the action of raising the glass towards Uncle Lu, presumably as a sign of respect or acknowledgement. Without hesitation, Zhang Yu promptly elevated his glass in a swift motion, expressing his enthusiasm and goodwill as he vocally cheered to Uncle Lu. The watchful presence of Uncle Lu, Zhang Yu displayed a certain eagerness to impress by drinking all the beverage. He raised his glass to his lips and proceeded to consume the entire contents of the vessel with a determined gulp. Observing Zhang Yu's swift and audacious consumption of the beverage, Uncle Lu's contemplative mind went to work, reflecting. He made the conscious decision to allow Zhang Yu the freedom to flaunt his actions. And in a gracious gesture, Zhang Yu extended an offering of food towards Uncle Lu. His demeanor embodied a blend of cordiality and respect as he verbalized that the dishes before them were cooked by his own daughter, emphasizing that such occasions were infrequent due to his limited presence at home. In this manner, he delicately conveyed that the chance to savor his daughter's cooked dishes was indeed a rare and precious occurrence. Zhang Yu engaged in conversation with Uncle Lu, mentioning that his daughter, Lu Yao Yao, must have become skilled at cooking because she often made meals for him when he was at home. He jokingly remarked that her cooking skills improved because she wanted to ensure he liked the food when he was around. When Zhang Yu shared this information with Uncle Lu, the latter's reaction was one of surprise. It seemed that Uncle Lu hadn't been aware of what Zhang Yu was saying, showing unexpectedness in his response. This could have been because the revelation was unexpected or new to him, causing a moment of confusion or astonishment as he processed the information. Uncle Lu's private contemplation revealed that Lu Yao Yao did not actually cook for him as Zhang Yu had implied. In fact, Uncle Lu had developed a habit of frequently ordering takeout when he was at home, which contrasted with the idea that his daughter was diligently preparing varied meals for him. This revelation seemed to leave Uncle Lu feeling frustrated and annoyed, as the concept of Lu Yao Yao consistently cooking diverse dishes for Zhang Yu contrasted with his own experiences. Zhang Yu glanced over at Uncle Lu and noticed a sense of frustration in his expression. In response, Zhang Yu had his own internal reaction, feeling that he had successfully made a point or gained an advantage in the situation. This inner thought highlighted a sense of competitiveness or playfulness in the dynamic between him and Uncle Lu. The atmosphere of celebration continued to unfold, and they raised their glasses in mutual toasts while savoring their meal. The mood remained cheerful and festive as they shared moments of friendship and enjoyment. As time went by, Uncle Lu and Lu Yao Yao eventually departed from Zhang Yu's home. Zhang Yu stood by, waving farewell to them with a warm and friendly gesture, expressing his desire for their return and extending an invitation for them to visit again next time. With the departure of their guests, Uncle Lu and Lu Yao Yao, Zhang Yu closed the door behind them. Now that only Zhang Yu and Uncle Lai remained within the confines of the house, Zhang Yu extended a courteous offer to Uncle Lai, inquiring if he would like to partake in some refreshments, perhaps beverages of some sort. In response, Uncle Lai, demonstrating his graciousness, politely turned down the offer while sipping on his beverage. Zhang Yu made his way toward his room. Simultaneously Uncle Lai chose to take a seat on the sofa, his actions marked by a sense of quiet and understated presence. Zhang Yu drank the beverage in silence, taking deep swallows as he processed his thoughts or simply enjoyed the refreshing cold beverage. Meanwhile, Uncle Lai maintained his serene presence on the sofa, waiting for the perfect timing to talk to Zhang Yu. Out of the blue, Uncle Lai broke the silence and initiated a conversation with Zhang Yu. He expressed that he had a question in mind that he wanted to ask. Uncle Lai addressed Zhang Yu directly, posing a direct question asking if Zhang Yu had managed to awaken or tap into certain abilities or skills. This inquiry carried a weight of curiosity and potentially held significance beyond the surface, which caught Zhang Yu off guard with the sudden question from Uncle Lai. Upon hearing the question about his abilities, Zhang Yu's reaction was one of momentary surprise. Zhang Yu shifted his posture to lie on his back, tipping his water and responded to Uncle Lai's question with a mixture of sincerity and honesty. With a focused gaze fixed on Zhang Yu, Uncle Lai shared a piece of personal insight, drawing from his own extensive experience of 2 decades in night patrols. He conveyed his ability to discern injuries and their nature. Building on this observation, Uncle Lai posed a direct question to Zhang Yu, inquiring about the circumstances that had led to his injuries. Caught off guard by Uncle Lai's perceptive insight and genuine concern, Zhang Yu found himself in a situation where honesty was the only option. He realized that evading the truth wouldn't serve any purpose, so he made the decision to open up and share the reality of what had transpired. Zhang Yu moved to sit beside his uncle and decided to tell him the truth. He said that he had developed new abilities around 2 weeks ago. Uncle Lai, interested to know more, asked how this change happened to Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu couldn't help but feel a bit like Uncle Lai was intensely questioning him with his follow-up queries. Uncle Lai casually took a cigarette, creating a relaxed atmosphere. He comforted Zhang Yu, letting him know that there was no need to feel anxious. With a reassuring tone, he encouraged Zhang Yu to go ahead and share all the details about his awakening. Zhang Yu found himself contemplating Uncle Lai's question, his mind grappling with the concept of when exactly his awakening had occurred. The uncertainty stemmed from his own lack of clear understanding about the precise moment of his awakening. Observing Zhang Yu's contemplative expression, Uncle Lai's gaze was thoughtful, mirroring his own pondering about Zhang Yu's awakening. He speculated that Zhang Yu's awakening might have occurred spontaneously and naturally without a distinct triggering event. This assumption led him to believe that such awakenings were relatively uncommon, happening only a few times each year. Zhang Yu responded to his uncle's thoughts by acknowledging that his perspective might hold some truth. He proposed that his awakening could indeed be attributed to an innate talent or inherent ability that he possessed. While under the gaze of Uncle Lai, Zhang Yu suddenly experienced a distinct energy emanating from his uncle. This presence or aura that seemed to surround Uncle Lai caught Zhang Yu by surprise. Uncle Lai briefly closed his eyes, creating a momentary pause in their exchange. Zhang Yu observed this, and a thought crossed his mind. He speculated that Uncle Lai might have deliberately activated his own ability in that moment, attributing the aura or energy he had sensed to Uncle Lai's own actions. Continuing the conversation, Uncle Lai began to explain to Zhang Yu about a phenomenon that had occurred this year. He mentioned that exceptional talents had been identified, and these individuals were subjected to a particular assessment. He elaborated that as long as someone's determination and willpower were sufficiently strong to embrace this opportunity, they were required to participate in a martial examination. Zhang Yu met Uncle Lai's explanation with a revelation of his own. He shared that he was already aware of this information because Lu Yaoyao had informed him. This disclosure surprised Uncle Lai, prompting him to consider that Lu Yaoyao might have learned about it from her father. Uncle Lai continued the conversation, revealing that the Night Patrol Bureau had been facing increasing pressure and a rising number of casualties in recent years. This candid mission painted a grim picture of the challenges they were encountering. In light of this, Uncle Lai made a suggestion to Zhang Yu. He proposed that Zhang Yu could potentially bypass the martial examination process through a backdoor approach. Instead, he could opt to focus on his studies and aim to take the college entrance examination in the future. Uncertain about the full implications of Uncle Lai's suggestion, Zhang Yu found himself grappling with the meaning behind his uncle's words. Inwardly, he pondered whether the advice Uncle Lai was giving him could be taken in a casual manner. Uncle Lai recommended that he consider a range of major universities for his education. He noted that he knew Zhang Yu had an interest in drawing and suggested that he explore the possibility of enrolling in an art department or selecting a major aligned with his passions. This advice seemed to stem from a place of genuine care and concern for Zhang Yu's future. Impressed by his uncle's insightful advice, Zhang Yu held a moment of admiration for Uncle Lai's words, feeling a sense of respect. He asked a follow-up question, wondering if it was possible to obtain a graduation certificate without actually attending school. This unexpected question took Uncle Lai by surprise, possibly due to the unconventional nature of the suggestion. Uncle Lai's response to Zhang Yu's suggestion was a slap across the face, which might have been an expression of frustration or disbelief in response to what he perceived as an unrealistic or impractical idea. Uncle Lai redirected the conversation and suggested a specific path for Zhang Yu. He proposed that Zhang Yu consider attending the Winter Academy, emphasizing the positive atmosphere present there. Uncle Lai outlined a plan that if Zhang Yu were to graduate from the academy, he would help arrange a stable life for him. This future stability, in turn, would pave the way for Zhang Yu to lead a secure and settled life alongside Lu Yaoyao. Upon receiving this suggestion from Uncle Lai, Zhang Yu found himself deep in thought. The proposition of attending the Winter Academy and the promising future it could potentially lead to prompted him to consider the possibilities and implications. As Zhang Yu contemplated the suggestion put forth by Uncle Lai, he felt the weight of the decision before him. The atmosphere held a sense of anticipation as Uncle Lai patiently awaited Zhang Yu's response, understanding the gravity of the decision and allowing him the time needed to process the information and formulate his thoughts. In response to the waiting silence, Zhang Yu swiftly voiced his decision to Uncle Lai. He expressed his desire to pursue the path of becoming extraordinary, indicating that he was inclined to embrace the challenges and opportunities that came with awakening his abilities. Uncle Lai's reaction to Zhang Yu's decision was one of frustration and anger. He stood up, clearly affected by Zhang Yu's choice, and expressed his strong disagreement with it. He asserted that Zhang Yu had to comply with his wishes and follow his guidance, regardless of his own preference. Following the exchange, a heavy silence settled between them. Uncle Lai seemed to be grappling with his emotions and thoughts, left in a state of introspection and contemplation. The room was enveloped in a hush, casting a shadow over the atmosphere. As they engaged in a heated argument, the tension in the air became palpable. Despite the argument, Zhang Yu remained resolute in his choice, unwavering. He directly addressed Uncle Lai, asserting that if Uncle Lai assisted him in bypassing the process through a backdoor route, he would take the step of reporting Uncle Lai's involvement to the Night Patrol Bureau. Zhang Yu's stern declaration seemed to catch Uncle Lai off guard. The weight of Zhang Yu's words, where he essentially threatened to report Uncle Lai, appeared to surprise him. Following their intense exchange of words, Zhang Yu and Uncle Lai found themselves in a moment of prolonged silence. Uncle Lai was really serious about his viewpoint. He explained that the world of extraordinary abilities could be much more dangerous than Zhang Yu thought. He told Zhang Yu to focus on his studies for now and assured him that he would take care of everything else. Zhang Yu responded to Uncle Lai with equal seriousness. He affirmed that his decision was not taken lightly and expressed that dangers could be found in various places, not just in the extraordinary world. He pointed out that Uncle Lai wouldn't always be able to protect him, implying that at some point, he would need to face challenges on his own. Zhang Yu's resolute stance left Uncle Lai speechless. Unable to find words to counter Zhang Yu's firm decision, Uncle Lu might have experienced a mix of emotions like surprise, frustration, and possibly even a sense of respect for Zhang Yu's determination. Eventually, Uncle Lai broke the silence with a resigned tone. He accepted Zhang Yu's decision and acknowledged that he would wait to see if Zhang Yu's perspective changed once he gained a deeper understanding of the situation. Uncle Lai extended an offer, letting Zhang Yu know that he could always seek him out if he decided to change his mind. As Uncle Lai prepared to leave, Zhang Yu took a moment to address him with a candid message. He advised Uncle Lai to steer clear of questionable or unethical paths in the future. He raised a concern, asking what might happen if Uncle Lai were to get caught engaging in such activities. Uncle Lai appeared to brush off Zhang Yu's warning about the possibility of getting caught, choosing not to engage with that aspect. Instead, he bid farewell, seemingly ending the conversation on a note of departure. Just as Uncle Lai was preparing to leave, Zhang Yu interrupted the moment and asked him to wait. Zhang Yu seized the moment to share something he had discovered from the information provided by Lu Yaoyao. He explained that the information mentioned that extraordinary individuals needed to use up their abilities completely before they passed away to avoid contamination and the potential transformation into a different species. This information led him to wonder if it was possible for someone to have already passed away, expended their powers, yet still undergone the transformation into a different species. Zhang Yu posed this question to Uncle Lai, exploring the implications of the information and its potential consequences. Uncle Lai's gaze settled on Zhang Yu, his attention captured by Zhang Yu's genuine curiosity and engagement with the topic. The way Zhang Yu had presented his question seemed to convey his earnest interest in the subject matter. Uncle Lai responded to Zhang Yu's query with an acknowledgement. He confirmed that the scenario Zhang Yu had outlined could indeed occur. He explained that special abilities or external factors could contribute to the circumstances where someone had exhausted their powers before passing away and still underwent the transformation into a different species. Uncle Lai was interested in why Zhang Yu had asked the question. Zhang Yu replied that he was just curious and didn't have a specific reason for asking. As Uncle Lai got ready to leave and put on his shoes, he shared a final piece of advice with Zhang Yu. He mentioned that if Zhang Yu decided to take the martial arts exam, he would eventually encounter the different species he had mentioned earlier. Before departing, Uncle Lai offered one more piece of guidance to Zhang Yu. He advised Zhang Yu to prioritize a healthy sleep routine and to avoid getting into fights. Zhang Yu responded with a smile, acknowledging Uncle Lai's advice and showing his willingness to listen. As Uncle Lai was about to leave, he realized that he had forgotten to mention an important detail. He shared that the martial arts exam was scheduled for early in the upcoming year and would begin shortly after the Lunar New Year. This revelation caught Zhang Yu off guard, and he expressed his surprise at how soon the exam was approaching. With their conversation concluded, they parted ways. As Uncle Lai bid Zhang Yu farewell and left, he offered a parting wish, telling Zhang Yu good luck and advising him to thoroughly prepare for the upcoming martial arts exam. After Uncle Lai's departure, Zhang Yu sat alone in silence, taking time to deeply contemplate the discussions that had taken place. With no one else around, he pondered the options he had and the decisions he needed to make. This moment of quiet allowed him to sort through his feelings and thoughts, as he tried to figure out what to do next in a world filled with uncertainties. While scrolling through her phone, the girl's attention was suddenly captured by a notification. Her eyes lit up with excitement as she saw that a blogger she followed had just posted a new video. Once the video was uploaded, the girl turned her focus to the comments section. Unfortunately, she noticed a lot of negative and hurtful comments directed towards the blogger, including Zhang Yu, the assassin. The content of the video and his intentions were being criticized, with some comments even suggesting that he was simply seeking attention and popularity. Feeling frustrated, the girl noticed a growing trend of thoughtless criticism from people. She couldn't help but think that these critics might be motivated by jealousy due to Zhang Yu's evident talent. This observation highlighted her perspective on the situation, suggesting that some individuals might be quick to criticize out of envy rather than genuinely engaging with the content. Taking action, the girl promptly decided to stand up against the bashing and hateful comments by typing out a comment of her own. She aimed to defend Zhang Yu and counter the negativity with her words. After engaging in the defense of Zhang Yu and his content, the girl took a moment for herself. She sat quietly, deep in thought, allowing herself time to process her emotions and clear her mind. The negative comments she had encountered under her favorite blogger's recent video seemed to have left an impact on her. Reflecting inwardly, the girl grappled with conflicting thoughts. She expressed her hope that Zhang Yu was genuinely not a scammer, despite the negative comments she had come across. Her fondness for him, cultivated over the past few days of watching his videos, seemed to have formed a connection that she was now protective of. When Zhang Yu released another video, the girl refrained from immediately watching it. Her hesitation stemmed from a hope that the new video wouldn't be an apology, possibly due to the fear that negative comments and criticisms might have influenced him to address the situation in that manner. As the girl clicked to watch the new video, what unfolded on the screen felt like an immersive experience. It was as if she was transported into a virtual reality, and she found herself seeing things from Zhang Yu's perspective. The concept of a shadow layer suggested a deeper hidden dimension that she was now a part of, offering a unique glimpse into Zhang Yu's world. Caught up in the captivating scene she was watching, the girl blushed in response to the emotions it evoked. The sense of amazement she felt was palpable, highlighting the impact of the content on her and the strong emotional resonance it had created. While she kept watching Zhang Yu's video, the girl was still amazed by how it seemed like she was right there with him in the shadow layer. The way the video was made her feel like she was a part of the virtual world. The way the video showcased the thrilling experience demonstrated how Zhang Yu's videos could make you feel like you're truly there with him, despite it all being on a screen. In the video, Zhang Yu was depicted standing atop a building, giving the impression that he might be contemplating jumping from it. As the girl watched the video, she had an intense emotional reaction, feeling as though she had jumped alongside him, fully immersed in the action. The girl's face turned red, and she blushed deeply due to the overwhelming emotions she experienced while watching the video. She could almost sense the air rushing around her and even found herself tearing up. The vividness of her imagination was such that she felt like she was falling alongside Zhang Yu from the building. After the intense emotional journey of watching the video, the girl snapped back to reality, opening her eyes. A sense of relief washed over her as she escaped the feeling of falling that the video had evoked. When she opened her eyes, she felt as though she was tightly hugging Zhang Yu. The video had transitioned to a scene where Zhang Yu was swinging between buildings, and this unexpected change surprised her. In her imagination, as they landed from the swinging scene, the girl gazed at Zhang Yu in awe, marveling at the virtual spectacle and privately concluding that he seemed like a superhuman in that moment. In the virtual reality, Zhang Yu, the assassin, swiftly moved to shield his body, protecting the girl from a sudden attack. Following the attack, a dense cloud of smoke engulfed the scene, indicating a significant collision or impact. Suddenly, a peculiar creature emerged and placed its feet on Zhang Yu's body, surprising both him and the girl. The girl reacted with fear due to the creature's imposing size. The creature's size and powerful physique were striking, making it appear massive and formidable. Zhang Yu utilized his web-like lines to maneuver closer to the creature, showcasing his agility and resourcefulness in navigating challenging situations. With skill and precision, Zhang Yu positioned himself directly in front of the creature, engaging in close combat using his web-like lines. Witnessing Zhang Yu's display of skills and abilities, the girl was filled with admiration, finding his actions genuinely impressive. With courage and determination, Zhang Yu bravely battled against the formidable monster, adding a layer of heroism to the scene and solidifying his role as the video's protagonist. In a swift move, Zhang Yu delivered a powerful kick to the monster's face, showcasing his resourcefulness and strategic thinking as he gained the upper hand. However, Zhang Yu was caught off guard by the monster's attack, resulting in a hit to his face. This unexpected turn of events revealed his vulnerability, highlighting the unpredictability of battle and the challenges that even skilled fighters like him could face. As the girl continued to watch the video, she remained captivated by the unfolding action. She found the portrayal of the battle incredibly impressive and wondered if this was a typical depiction of conflicts involving extraordinary abilities and encounters with alien species. Her thoughts reflected her curiosity about the dynamics of such battles within the context of the video's world. The authenticity of Zhang Yu's videos had convinced her of their genuine nature. She reacted with speed and agility as Zhang Yu skillfully evaded the monster's attack. Caught off guard by Zhang Yu's evasiveness, the monster displayed surprise and confusion, highlighting the unexpected turn of events and the effectiveness of Zhang Yu's maneuver. Seizing the moment, Zhang Yu took advantage of the monster's vulnerability, catching it off guard. The girl watched in amazement as Zhang Yu's skills shone through, resembling a true fighter from the northern capital. His decisive actions caused the monster's health to rapidly drop to 0%, executing a well-timed attack from behind its back. With the monster defeated, Zhang Yu prepared to consume it, utilizing his unique ability, Shadow Devouring, to gain the monster's skills, abilities, and information. This action demonstrated his extraordinary power and hinted at a deeper layer of his character's capabilities. Observing Zhang Yu's use of his ability to devour the monster, the girl made a connection and speculated that Zhang Yu's spider webs might have originated from his absorption of a spider-like creature from a previous encounter with the alien species. As she continued to watch, the girl speculated that Zhang Yu could have acquired new abilities by devouring the defeated creature. Her hypothesis highlighted the intriguing nature of Zhang Yu's powers and their potential for growth and adaptation. After a challenging battle in a dark area and encountering new types of creatures, Zhang Yu returned home and quickly threw his dirty clothes into the laundry basket. In his bathroom, he took a moment to assess the injuries he had sustained, standing before the mirror. His reflection revealed the aftermath of the events that had led to his wounds. Carefully applying bandages to cover the various injured areas on his body, Zhang Yu took a moment to reflect inwardly. The encounter with the alien species in the region he had ventured into had left a lasting impression on him. With each strip of cloth he placed, he couldn't help but ponder the remarkable strength displayed by those extraterrestrial beings. It dawned on him that their resilience and power were truly remarkable. He realized that if those alien beings had not been injured during their confrontation, his own ability to emerge victorious against them might have been greatly compromised, if not altogether impossible. At that precise moment, a notification popped up on his phone's screen, captivating his attention almost immediately. As he tapped the screen to unlock it, his gaze was immediately drawn to a specific notification from a prominent blogger named Real Deal. Intrigued, he opened the message to find that Real Deal was once again attempting to create videos centered around him. However, the content presented by the blogger took a distinct turn and caught Zhang Yu off guard. Through their videos, Real Deal was conveying the notion that the alien species Zhang Yu had fought against had incurred injuries, rendering them considerably weakened. The emergence of Real Deal's videos and the angle they were taking ignited a surge of frustration within Zhang Yu. The blogger's decision to produce content centered around him, particularly with the notion that the injured alien species were now easily manageable, stirred a mix of emotions that he found difficult to contain. He closed his phone and let go of the irritation the video had caused him. Zhang Yu's irritation had reached a point where he couldn't hold back his feelings any longer. With a frustrated tone, he openly expressed his annoyance, labeling the person behind the videos as really annoying. With everything that was going on and the emotions he was experiencing, Zhang Yu had reached a point of exhaustion, both physically and mentally. He decided to give himself a break. He walked over to his sofa, eased himself down onto it, and let out a sigh. As he settled onto the sofa, his mind began to wander back to the intense battle he had engaged in earlier. In that quiet moment, a realization weighed heavily on his thoughts. He recognized his own limitations. Reflecting on the encounter with the alien species, he couldn't escape the truth that his strength, despite his efforts, felt insufficient. Doubts crept in, and he grappled with the idea that confronting more formidable opponents, particularly those classified as first-grade species, might prove to be a daunting challenge. As he opened his eyes, a determined thought formed within his mind. In that instant, he resolved that he needed to undergo a rapid transformation in terms of strength. He contemplated his objective with unwavering focus. The inner dialogue intensified as he reinforced his commitment, resolutely believing that he needed to achieve a level of strength that would leave no room for skepticism or doubt about his capabilities. Zhang Yu's gaze shifted towards the system, his eyes fixating on the interface that held the key to his evolving abilities. With a mix of curiosity and anticipation, he explored the array of new skills and capabilities that had emerged as a result of his encounters with various species. The screen before him displayed a collection of enhancements, each representing a tangible result in the rewards he had earned. With a light-hearted tone, Zhang Yu allowed a playful quip to escape his lips, directed solely at himself. He humorously mused that his newfound strength had propelled him to a level surpassing that of Lu Yaoyao. He continued to playfully envision a scenario where even facing 50 versions of someone named Uncle Lu wouldn't pose a challenge for him anymore. Sitting on the sofa, Zhang Yu contemplated something important. He realized that he wasn't as strong as he wanted to be. He had a strong desire to become even stronger, and the determination to continue growing burned even brighter within him. With a focused gaze, he delved into his memories, recalling the numerous battles he had engaged in previously. Each clash had yielded invaluable lessons and additional skills that he had absorbed along the way. Zhang Yu focused his thoughts and concentrated his energy, channeling it into his fist. As he did so, he contemplated the concept of shadow points, the points he gained from his experiences in battles. He realized that these points held a dual nature. While they were similar to experience points, there was a distinctive quality to them. In his mind, he likened them to energy points. Zhang Yu thought about something interesting, that the skills he had learned didn't all cost the same amount of points. In his mind, he compared these skills and their point requirements, piecing together a puzzle of understanding. He realized that each skill carried its weight in terms of the points it demanded. Zhang Yu focused his thoughts and directed his energy towards his palm, feeling the energy flow and pool there. He considered a fascinating idea, that the amount of energy his shadow form uses depends on where he is. To explain, he used examples to illustrate his point. In the shadowy realm, his energy consumption is minimal, almost like it doesn't use anything at all. When he's in places that are dark in the real world, the energy usage is still low, just a bit more than in the shadow layer. However, when sunlight is present, his shadow form requires a substantial amount of energy to maintain itself. After contemplating the intricacies of energy consumption, Zhang Yu took a moment to reverse the process, drawing the energy back into himself. As he did this, another thought crossed his mind about the impending qualification test. The test was drawing near, and he knew it was a significant milestone in his journey. He got up from where he was and headed towards his balcony to think clearly about the upcoming martial examination. Gazing up at the radiant moon in the night sky, Zhang Yu's mind wandered into contemplation once again. He drew a parallel between the exceptional talents of certain individuals and the shadow points he possessed. To him, it seemed that these remarkable individuals might be comparable to possessing just 1 to 3 shadow points, not much more than what he had accumulated. Zhang Yu realized that even if he didn't reach his desired level of power before the test began, his current abilities were formidable enough to command respect and perhaps even induce intimidation among his peers. Amid his thoughts, Zhang Yu's mind shifted towards another observation. He contemplated how excessive expertise and boasting tend to capture the attention of those around them. Amid his reflections, Zhang Yu found himself pondering his approach. He realized that while he had been aiming to display humility, there was a part of him that felt the need to exhibit his strength more explicitly. Zhang Yu recognized the support he had from his uncle, which provided him with a sense of reassurance. Knowing that he had someone in his corner supporting and believing in him instilled a feeling of confidence within him. In a moment of amusement, Zhang Yu started laughing loudly, almost as if he didn't care about what others might think. However, his laughter seemed to annoy the old man living beneath his apartment. The following day arrived, and Zhang Yu found himself grappling with a sense of boredom while being outdoors. It appeared that Zhang Yu was experiencing a period marked by a lack of stimulating or fulfilling experiences. As he spent his day in this particular setting, Zhang Yu and his friend found themselves inside the mall, patiently awaiting the arrival of Lu Yaoyao and another friend. They were embarking on a shopping expedition. Lu Yaoyao and her friend were really happy while shopping for clothes. They had a lot of fun picking out different outfits and trying them on. They seemed to be enjoying themselves immensely as they looked at all the clothes and decided which ones to buy. Zhang Yu's demeanor reflected a sense of weariness as he patiently awaited the arrival of his companions. The act of waiting appeared to be growing tiresome for him. Inwardly, he contemplated the implications of spending his days in such idle waiting, recognizing that if he continued this pattern, his overall quality of life might suffer. Zhang Yu's friend, who was by his side, chimed in with a piece of advice. He cautioned Zhang Yu against making negative remarks about not living long, especially at the beginning of the new year. This warning was rooted in the belief that making pessimistic comments could potentially attract bad luck. Zhang Yu's expression shifted to a more serious demeanor as he engaged in a candid conversation with his friend. He conveyed that his previous statement wasn't meant as a joke. He explained that if he doesn't take action and actively pursue opportunities, particularly in terms of hunting, his prospects for survival could be jeopardized. Zhang Yu's friend was caught off guard by his sudden and serious remark. It seemed like his statement was unexpected and left his friend a bit surprised, not sure how to interpret what Zhang Yu just said. His friend asked for clarification while they were engaged in their conversation. Zhang Yu's focus shifted as a new development caught his attention. It appeared that Lu Yaoyao and their other friend had completed their shopping excursion and were now ready to join the group. Just as Lu Yaoyao and her friend were considering their dining options, an unfamiliar presence emerged, an entity that seemed peculiar and emitted an unusual energy. The atmosphere surrounding this entity carried a distinct and unfamiliar vibe. As Zhang Yu engaged in the task of suggesting a restaurant to his friends, the enigmatic aura that had manifested earlier began to exhibit movement. After deliberating and discussing their options, Zhang Yu and his friends eventually decided on the restaurant where they would dine. With their choice made, they turned their attention to the menu, each person perusing the offerings to determine what they would order for their meal. Lu Yaoyao's expression shifted to one of irritation as she directed a displeased gaze toward Zhang Yu. It seems that her dissatisfaction stemmed from the fact that Zhang Yu had suggested a restaurant that was more suited for male students, implying that it might not be an ideal choice for their group. Despite Lu Yaoyao's reservations about the restaurant Zhang Yu had chosen, he remained steadfast in his decision. He was determined to make the dining experience enjoyable for both of them. Ignoring any initial reluctance, he confidently summoned the waiter and proceeded to place an extensive order, carefully detailing each dish he wished to try. Lu Yaoyao's face contorted into a displeased expression as she cast an irritated glance in Zhang Yu's direction. Upon hearing the extensive list of items he had ordered, the waiter was feeling nervous and kept glancing at Lu Yaoyao, trying to gauge her reaction. On the other hand, Zhang Yu appeared quite delighted with his choice of food. He seemed so pleased that he even made a special request for his oysters to be larger and exceptionally fresh. Following a patient wait, their eagerly anticipated dishes were at last brought to the table. An assortment of delectable seafood and crisp, colorful vegetables adorned the table, and the waiter kindly advised them to savor their meal at a leisurely pace, allowing them to enjoy every bite to the fullest. Upon the arrival of the dishes, Zhang Yu extended a friendly gesture by offering some of the dishes to Lu Yaoyao. In a considerate tone, he assured her not to be upset, acknowledging that he had picked dishes that didn't align with her taste preferences. However, Lu Yaoyao politely declined his offer, firmly stating that she wouldn't partake in the meal. While Lu Yaoyao was still feeling a bit downcast about the food situation, her attention was abruptly diverted when an unexpected message flashed on her phone screen, instantly capturing her interest. Upon reading the message, Lu Yaoyao discovered crucial information regarding the martial arts examination. The date had been rescheduled to commence on the 17th of February, extending through to the 20th of the same month. Additionally, the message revealed that the specialized training camp was set to kick off on the 25th of February, providing her with valuable details that would significantly impact her martial arts journey. The girlfriend among their group was taken aback by the message regarding the shifted date of the martial arts examination. With an inquisitive furrow in her brow, she couldn't help but verbalize her curiosity, wondering aloud if this change in the exam schedule was a mandatory adjustment or if there might be some flexibility in terms of attendance. While their plump friend indulged in chewing on a juicy shrimp, it couldn't resist the urge to express its perspective on the matter. Amidst the savory delight, it chimed in, noting that as the year-end approached, they would also be required to undergo the qualification test. In its candid opinion, this accumulation of examinations and shifting schedules had indeed begun to feel quite intricate and vexing, leaving an air of complexity and annoyance hovering over their impending challenges. Zhang Yu, noticing his friend's growing unease, reached out with a reassuring tap on his shoulder and kindly reminded him not to dwell on worries, assuring him that his qualifications and abilities were more than sufficient to guarantee success in the impending test. His friend, responding with a hint of sarcasm, couldn't help but offer a somewhat mocking expression of gratitude for this well-intended but somewhat obvious show of support. In a reflective moment, their friend decided to open up and share a rather eerie childhood memory, recounting a vivid incident from when he was a mere 7 years old. He recalled a spine-chilling encounter with a specter from an alien species. As the story unfolded, he described how he had been relentlessly pursued by this otherworldly being until rescuers finally arrived to intervene. However, the traumatic experience had taken a toll on his young self, resulting in both physical illness and enduring psychological disturbances that lingered long after the ordeal had ended. Zhang Yu proudly stated that if he were in their friend's situation, he would have confronted the alien creature. Annoyed by his bragging, Lu Yaoyao told him that not everyone would act recklessly like him. Lu Yaoyao expressed their viewpoint regarding their friend's approach, likening it to the mental quality of an ostrich, where one tries to escape or ignore a problem instead of facing it head-on. They went on to mention that this approach was something many people tend to adopt. Lu Yaoyao believed that having a mindset where you avoid trouble and seek safety is generally a good thing. But even though this approach has its benefits, it's important to acknowledge that the events caused by the alien species had a profound and lasting impact on the people involved. These events, the things that happened, became deeply rooted in the memories and feelings of those who went through them. It's like they became a part of how they see the world and how they feel about it. These experiences left strong marks on their hearts and minds, and they continued to affect how they view life and everything around them. While relishing the flavors of their meal, a hushed silence settled over the group, marking the gradual descent into a more profound and introspective conversation. A heavy silence enveloped all four of them, shrouding the table in a palpable stillness as they delved into the difficult and unsettling topic of their past encounters and unfortunate experiences with the aliens. Yongyu, ever the peacemaker, decided to take a proactive step in an attempt to lighten the atmosphere and foster a sense of joy among the group. In a bid to lift the spirits and dispel the gravity that had settled over the group, Zhang Yu decided to inject a sense of levity into the situation. He turned to his friends with a warm smile on his face and, with a jovial tone, reassured them that there was no need to maintain such solemn expressions any longer. He raised his glass in a toast, inviting them all to join in, symbolizing a collective desire to shift the mood towards a more cheerful and convivial direction. Just as Zhang Yu was about to make that much-awaited toast with his friends, a sudden and unexpected burst of noise and commotion erupted, catching them all off guard and effectively interrupting their moment of connection and celebration. Lu Yaoyao's quick instincts kicked in the moment she heard the startling sound, and a sense of fear washed over her as she immediately recognized the noise as something she had dreaded, the pollution detection alarms. A disquieting and ominous atmosphere descended upon the once bustling commercial center, casting a foreboding shadow over the surroundings. The cause of the series' sensation became painfully clear as it became apparent that the alien species had indeed invaded the commercial district, unsettling both the physical environment and the emotions of those present. Surprisingly, despite the intrusion of the alien species into the bustling commercial center, the majority of the people present did not display immediate signs of alarm or panic. Instead, they seemed to remain remarkably composed, steadfastly maintaining their positions within the vicinity, which only added to the enigmatic atmosphere that now enveloped the area. In a sudden burst of urgency, a man's voice pierced through the previously subdued atmosphere, his loud shout jolting the people around him into action as he urgently implored them to flee from the impending danger. A collective sense of panic gripped the entire commercial center as people scrambled in haste to make their escape. The once orderly crowd descended into chaos as individuals jostled and pushed one another in their desperate attempts to navigate through the alarming and frightening situation, each person driven by a primal instinct for self-preservation. Zhang Yu and his friends watched with a mix of concern and astonishment as they observed the frantic rush of people attempting to swiftly vacate the area where the alien species had made its intrusion. The sheer intensity of the panic around them served as a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation unfolding before their eyes. Amidst the chaotic scene of people crowding and rushing to escape, Zhang Yu's friend couldn't help but be absorbed by the unfolding events. Meanwhile, their girlfriend, increasingly worried about their next course of action, turned to him and posed the pressing question of what they should do in this moment of crisis. Lu Yaoyao took the initiative to reassure her friends amid the chaos, emphasizing that there was no need for panic. She encouraged them to remain calm and assured them that they could navigate their way out of the situation safely. Lu Yaoyao's surprise deepened as Zhang Yu, with a serious and determined expression, directed her to move away from their current position, clearly signaling that he was about to take some decisive action. In a stunning display of strength and determination, Zhang Yu unleashed a powerful punch that struck the wall with such force that it created an opening, effectively carving out a path for their escape. Lu Yaoyao stood in stunned silence, her disbelief palpable, as she watched this remarkable and unexpected action unfold before her eyes, leaving her in awe of Zhang Yu's astounding abilities. Her gaze remained fixed on Zhang Yu, her expression a blend of astonishment and disbelief, as he pierced the wall with unwavering determination, gleaming in his eyes. Amid the crowded exit, Zhang Yu sprang into action, creating a clear path for himself and his friends to make their escape. With a sense of urgency, he directed them to move quickly and hasten their retreat toward the established escape route, determined to ensure their safety amidst the chaos. While his friends successfully made their way out of the commercial center, Zhang Yu remained vigilant, scanning the surroundings for any potential signs of danger. As Zhang Yu continued his vigilant observation of the area, his attention was drawn to a frantic man desperately attempting to escape from the impending threat of the alien species, which appeared to be on the verge of emerging. To their profound astonishment and terror, the menacing alien species materialized before them, confirming their worst fears as it brazenly invaded their world and descended upon the commercial center. Zhang Yu, his gaze fixed on the monstrous alien presence before him, grappled with a momentous decision. He contemplated the possibility of transforming into his shadow form but hesitated, fully aware that such a transformation would be visible to everyone present, potentially altering the course of events dramatically and unpredictably. Zhang Yu reached out and firmly seized Lu Yaoyao's wrist, his intent clear that they needed to make a swift escape from the looming danger that the alien species posed. In a desperate bid for safety, the quartet sprinted away from the menacing alien presence, joining the large group of people who were also fleeing the area in search of a secure refuge. As they continued their frantic escape, Lu Yaoyao couldn't help but cast a backward glance, her thoughts consumed by a troubling question. She pondered how the alien species had managed to breach the supposed defenses set up near the commercial center, a fact that had left her perplexed and deeply concerned. Amid their desperate flight to safety, Zhang Yu, with a sense of grim determination, responded to Lu Yaoyao's concerns by acknowledging that it was too late to ponder the breach of defenses. Instead, he urged them to concentrate solely on their escape. He added a glimmer of hope, assuring her that the exit was within reach and that they weren't far from safety. He stressed the urgency, emphasizing that a swift exit was necessary to prevent a potential catastrophe within the commercial center. Taking charge of the situation, Zhang Yu directed their group toward a specific escape route, indicating the direction they should head. With purpose and determination, Zhang Yu led the way as they followed his guidance, striving to reach safety as quickly as possible. To their great astonishment, an eerie and peculiar sensation began to envelop their surroundings, leaving them with an unsettling feeling, as if something out of the ordinary was unfolding around them. With a sense of urgency, Zhang Yu cautioned his friends to exercise extreme caution, recognizing the signs of imminent danger as the surroundings began to crumble around them. He specifically urged Lu Yaoyao to cling tightly to him, fully aware that they needed to brace for the unfolding chaos and uncertainty. As the ground beneath them began to disintegrate and give way, Zhang Yu and his friends found themselves tumbling into the collapsing earth. A chorus of voices, including Zhang Yu and his friends, rang out in desperate cries for assistance.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content. Feel free to leave a comment down below sharing your thoughts or suggestions. If you want to stay updated on all our latest uploads, click the notification bell icon. And hey, why not check out some of our other videos popping up on the screen right now? If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really means a lot. Peace.